In today's episode, it is just me and the honest truth. This conversation is about growth and choosing yourself even when it feels really, really uncomfortable. It's about outgrowing versions of your life and yourself and having the courage to listen and do something new, but actually has always been there and literally been pointing you in the face when you've chose to ignore it. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because a lot has changed for me and a lot is changing for High Life and the direction I'm choosing to kind of walk into next. Not from fear, not from failure, but from true alignment and just purpose. This episode is for women who are feeling something inside and feeling that there's something changing. They don't know what it is, but they know something is changing. It's for the women who have built a life they are proud of, but know that they've outgrown parts of it and wants to shift that. It's the women who are tired of chasing versions of themselves that were never truly meant to be theirs. And for the women who wants depth, connection, and real honest truth, no bullshit, and cut out the noise and the numbers. And for the women who need the permission and a reminder that choosing alignment over approval is always going to let you win. If that's you, this conversation is for you. So honestly, the last, I'd say 6 months, I feel like there's been a whole universal shift. Like there has been a massive shift and there is something going on in the world right now where there is a lot of change. There's a lot of people feeling like they're losing things. People's lives just essentially just collapsing from what they knew. And it is uncomfortable. It is hard. And I don't think many people know what the next move is. And that is honestly down to so many different factors. I think people now have stopped faking or wearing a mask that no longer serves them, trying to people please and live a life that was never actually meant to be theirs, and actually move from a place of alignment. Because yes, working and doing things that other people might be doing or things that you think are going to get you to where you want to be will work, but if it's not actually what you want to do on the inside, then you're never going to get there. You might do, but you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to feel like it doesn't feel right. You'll never be satisfied. You'll never be happy. You'll never be proud. And that is something that I have noticed inside myself whilst building an incredible, incredible monster of a business. It's just not in the way that I actually align with anymore. And that's essentially come from the last 1 to 2 years of work that I've done on myself, mentally and internally. And when I mean I have done work, guys, I have done deep work, like uncovering trauma from childhood, uncovering patterns and behaviours that I didn't even understand were patterns and behaviours, because the ego likes to be this thing that blinds you from the truth. And it is hard when you realise patterns and behaviours aren't actually helping you get to somewhere, and realise that these patterns and behaviours are not in alignment with who you're actually meant to become. I'm not going to lie, it feels like your whole world has been shattered. And that is one of the reasons why I haven't been filming podcasts as frequently, because I didn't know what to film. I'd felt like I was doing it for the sake of doing it. It weren't doing it for me. And now I feel like I can do it for me. I hired staff into my business who are incredible, but it just didn't always sit right. And I think we're at this point now where things need to change. And that is the point that I'm at. And in this whole journey, I felt like I was healing for other people to be better for other people. The first 6 months of the last 2 years that I was doing this. And this last year, I've healed for me. And I've become a savage. I've become a savage with my boundaries. I've become a savage with the level of, what is the word for it? Not boundaries, expectation. I've become savage with the expectations that I have for myself and for other people and how I want to work. And that has come from learning my worth and just really falling back in love with myself. I actually feel like I'm going to cry. What the hell? And just truly falling back in love with myself and becoming someone who does truly love myself and will follow everything through that I always want to. God, I need a minute. Why is it always me? Why is it every podcast that I film, I cry? Oh, God. And as you can tell, the work has clearly been working, and until you reflect back on how much you do this work on yourself and become the person that you're going to become, it's honestly life-changing. Like, seriously life-changing. And I had to unlearn so much. Like I mentioned, patterns and behaviours. I essentially had to unlearn my whole life. How I run my business, how I train, how I have relationships with people. And obviously in the process, you are going to lose people. And that isn't a bad thing because they was never meant to be in your life anyway. But I've gained so many people who were meant to be in my life too. And it brings me to the kind of moment that I was reflecting over the Christmas period, between that funny period between Christmas and New Year of 2025. And I was looking at my goals and reflecting on everything that I achieved this last year. And yeah, I achieved a lot. Like, I achieved more than I ever could imagine. And I am so fucking proud of myself for doing that. I'm so fucking proud of the girls on our team. I'm so proud of the girls who have worked for me. I'm honestly so proud of every single person and myself in all of this. But I reflected and I was like, I've not actually achieved anything that I've wanted to, like, actually what I have wanted to achieve. And I was like, something has to change. And I looked at all parts of the low-hanging fruit that I had, and honestly, I lost the part of me that started this whole thing. And that was to create an impact and actually change people's lives. We was doing that, but having that deep and meaningful connection with people, and that's me. Like, I'm all about the deep and meaningful connections in business, life, whatever. Like, you are not having a surface level conversation with me. It's not happening. And that is something that I want to bring back through. And I just want to say that every single person who has worked for me has been amazing, like actually amazing. But I haven't seen how amazing I am in that. And realising and admitting that to myself out loud is a bit soul destroying. And I feel like this year of the snake, if you don't know about it, get to know it, research the year of the snake. I really do feel like this year of the snake has really had me shedding old identities of that, and to put myself first and to rebuild, in a way, the business that I wanted to create and have. It was hard at first, but honestly, I honestly feel so much more freer now because I built all of this to have freedom and create the life that I want. And the version of success that I was chasing, I'll be honest, the one thing that I always got told was to grow and scale a business, create an impact, was to have staff, grow the coaching team like that. But people ultimately want to work with me, and that's fine. But there's only so much of me who can do that because I'm one person. And that's what I thought success was, having a coaching team with hundreds, maybe thousands of team members on it. Not coaches, but like athletes. But that just doesn't sit right to me. I want to know everyone. I want to speak to everyone. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what's going on in their life so I know how I can help. But also as well, actually create the impact that I want to on their lives and grow and evolve. And that's one thing that I realised. I was chasing other people's version of success. Chasing that. And I've decided I don't want to do that anymore. And that's all right. And depth for me is more important than scale. I think it's equally as important, but right now, depth and having these conversations is really important for me. And the reason being is because I don't feel like I've had that for the last 1 to 2 years. I have, but I've not had that because my whole purpose, I genuinely feel like, is that. And I think that's why something's not felt right. And the reason why things are shifting and why I want to keep it at that this way moving forward is essentially because I want it that way. I don't think I need to justify that. I don't think anyone needs to justify why they want what they want, because I think that is why a lot of people get stuck, because they feel like they have to justify. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to get. And that is something I think people should take away. And the direction that I'm moving forward with, coaching-wise, I'm capping my clients at 30. I want to do more community stuff. I want to do more fun. I want to be more creative. I am such a creative person. I did a flipping degree in fashion design. Yeah, I didn't like the degree. I will hold my hands up and say I didn't like the degree. I actually hated the degree. But did I love the creativity side of things and being able to express and create pictures for people to interpret with their own thing without necessarily judgment, whether people liked it or didn't like it? Did I like that aspect? 100%. And that's why I want to do more creative stuff again. I want to do more podcasts. I want to be on podcasts. So if you listen to this and got a podcast and want someone on, hit me up. I want to do more YouTube. I want to do more social content. I want to do more community groups, but in different spaces that you never thought you would do. Because I want it to be fun. I want to bring fun back in every aspect thing that I do, because I had shifted from that fun person to this business person where everything was super, super serious. And that's not me. I can have serious and deep conversations, but I am also quite fun. I'm quite creative, and that is the thing that I want to do. I want to build a community of women who want to be leaders, who are leaders, who want to be in sport, who want to be in business, who want to be creative, who want to express themselves freely without judgment and be themselves. Like, that is the community that I want. And I'm going to be bringing events to you this year that have all of that, because why not? and work with brands who do fully align with that. Not just because I feel like I have to, but because I want to. And this is where a lot of innovation and support from you guys is going to come involved. Not going to lie, I'm literally following my gut instinct right now. I'm learning to trust my gut. I have no idea what this next year is going to bring for me, but I'm relearning to trust myself, because when you trust yourself, you can never, ever fail. And I think when you do trust yourself, you can be quite dangerous, because you don't care about what other people think. Yeah, we should listen to some people sometimes for advice and get help if we think they are valid sources to get help from and they've achieved what you want to do. But don't ask people for advice or help who haven't achieved what you want to, because they're not going to probably tell you the answers that you want to or need to hear, actually. They're not going to be able to do that because they've not got the skill set, they've not got the expertise, they've not got the life experience in that. And I think that is really important. You don't bloody go to a hairdresser if you've got a broken leg, do you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just wouldn't do that. You go to a doctor and they've got expertise and whatever. And I think that is something to move forward with. Like, trust your gut, and if you need help, go to the people who need the help. And that is something that I'm doing this year. And the whole reason why I started this, when it comes to trusting my gut and in alignment, is because I actually do truly believe that I am someone who can change people's lives. I have changed people's lives, but I feel like I genuinely have the power and the ability to change people's lives. I want women to feel empowered. I want them to feel strong. I want them to feel fast. I want them to feel absolutely fucking incredible and know that they can actually achieve anything that they want to achieve. Because ultimately, I didn't have that role model. My role model was my mum, and she unfortunately just weren't able to do that. And I literally turned my whole life around because I was like, I don't want to end up like you. She's an amazing person. She was an amazing person. And I just did everything in my possible power to not be like that with my mental health and look after myself and put myself first with everything. And I definitely feel like that slipped this last year, and now we're regaining that. And it's going to be a big year. Like, I truly have a good feeling about this year. And if you've got so much going on right now, I can honestly wholeheartedly say to you, it's going to be all right. Like, no matter what you're going through, anytime I have gone through something that has been soul shaking, scary, absolutely terrifying, I have always come back from it 10 times stronger. I've learnt lessons and I've moved from a place of, right, okay, what can I learn from this? Rather than getting down about it, because we can do, it's your choice. But there is no room. If you want to be successful, you want to move in the direction that you want to be, actually, really, truly understand that you've got to look at it from a different perspective. And I think that's what's really helped me this last year. And having that realisation over the Christmas period this time, it helped so, so much. And this new era of the woman I'm becoming, I have no fucking clue. I have no idea who I am, the woman I'm becoming. I don't know anymore. And I'm honestly just trusting my gut on it. I'm moving in whatever that gut instinct tells me to do. Like, I'm not judging it. I'm actually, do you know that voice in your head when you get told to do something and then you don't go and do it, and then you feel like, oh, there's a bit of a pull there? That is that core energetic centre of you telling you to go in that direction. It's like a magnet. Always move from that space and you will never, ever go wrong. And that is the I don't know what the person I am becoming. I'll say that again. I don't know, but I'm trusting the gut this year, whatever that will look like. And alignment, it comes to that. It's just always moving the alignment of whatever my gut is telling me. Because it'll be a lesson or a learning, or it'll be a massive fucking win and payoff. And sometimes you've just got to take the risk. Like you really, really do. And because the payoff will always be 10 times greater than what if you never did that in the first place. And one thing that I want whoever listening to this to remember is to know that you're going to be all right. Like, honestly, you're going to be okay. And this is your permission slip to do whatever you're thinking about doing or postponing, because everything will work out for you, even if it doesn't look like it at the time. And it may feel like the worst decision ever. You're going to have growing pains. It could hurt, but it will always, always, always work out for you, even though it might not in the minute. You've got to think about the long term. And evolution can never be a failure. Evolution can never go wrong, even if it might feel like it, because it's you. It's your life. You create the life that you want to lead. And this is a reminder that it's not stepping back for doing that, or me stepping back. This is me stepping into the alignment of the woman I know I can become, and I'm becoming. So thank you for being with me in this very, very moment right now. And thank you for your time, for listening to me and holding this space for my honesty and trusting me as I step into this next crazy era of my life, which I don't know will look like. So I wish I could bring you some more exciting news than that. But that is exciting because no one knows. Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. And it's going to be a journey. And I'm going to bring you through every single phase of it, whether it's through the House of Becoming or YouTube. So stay tuned for that. And a quick reminder, you're allowed to choose alignment. And even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else, or even you, that isn't the end of anything. This is the start of you becoming.